Homeowners, brace yourselves for an average rates increase of 15%. That's worked out by economist Brad Olsen, who surveyed 48 councils across Aotearoa. And when you break it down further, that is an extra $416 a year, which Olsen says is a stark illustration of the cost pressures councils are under. For example, in the last 3 years, bridges have become 38% more expensive to build, sewage systems 30% more costly, and road and water supply costs have gone up 27%. And yet the council's share of tax revenue has remained at 2% of GDP for 50 years. The government tax take there in the red and the local government rate shown in the blue at the bottom there. Local Government Vice President Campbell Barry says it is no secret that the funding system for local government is broken. Simon Shepherd reports.
What poured into the water at Parnell in Auckland is probably how ratepayers are feeling about the tsunami of rate hikes.
We are at a tipping point. We need to do something, because if we don't, it's only going to get worse.
Councils are preparing their long-term plans to work out how to pay for a local government infrastructure deficit of $51 billion, a deficit that keeps on growing. Over the past 3 years, the cost of building a bridge like this has gone up by 38%. Roads, sewage, water has all gone up by about 30%. All of these increases way above the increases in cost of living. Which is why eye-watering increases are on the cards. Bulla District Council leads the way with 31.8%. For the major centres, Auckland's the lowest, followed by Christchurch, Tauranga, Wellington and Dunedin. But the biggest hike goes to Hamilton.
The context around that is Hamilton's the fastest growing metro city in New Zealand right now. As you can see from this, we've got a lot of growth going on.
These proposed nationwide hikes are even bigger than last year's 10% average, and they were the largest in 20 years.
I think there's a lot of councils that demonstrate that they're spending money on nice-to-haves, have racked up debt, and now the chickens are coming home to roost.
This is not your frilly nice-to-have projects at all. We've stripped those right out.
Local councils say relying on ratepayers won't fix the funding abyss. They need other ways to raise money, like a share of the GST collected by the government. And the infrastructure pressure has ramped up again with a revised record net migration figure for last year of 141,000.
We either invest in that, or again, we have to at some point either turn people away or give them a worse quality of life.
Which nobody wants. Simon Shepherd, Newshub.